Simplicity is something I think is easy to take for granted when starting out in music composition. Back when I first began making music, I would often find myself trying too hard to create an elaborate melody. A needlessly complex melody can sound stretched out, like each note is working too hard, and the result can often be confusing and overwhelming. There is also a chance the listener may lose track of the tune, becoming bored and not knowing what to focus on. So today, let's look at how simplicity can solve this problem. Experimenting with clean, simple melodies can retrain how you compose and hopefully prevent your music from sounding like mine did. One of the styles simplicity is most useful in is ambience. When you craft an ambient mood, you're not going to want 50 layers with all different sounds doing their own thing. That would be quite counterintuitive to the minimalism of ambience. Here's an example of what I personally would find to be an ineffective ambient piece. The reason this piece wouldn't be very effective in an ambient setting is because of the number of different melodies and harmonies. The music box, piano and arpeggio synth add too much volume to the song, making it distracting rather than something that aids in supplementing an ambient setting. The ambient setting you are trying to set may even be overlooked, as there is potential for the listener to become lost in the different sounds. This next piece is an example of what I mean by achieving ambience while keeping it simple. As you can see, this piece only has 3 things going on in it. A spacey synth pad with ambient textures, a distant synth lead with strong reverb and a long attack to keep it smooth, and a simple underlying delayed soft harmony. Crafting ambience can really be as simple as that, having 3 layers and focusing on effects like reverb, delay, and maybe even some noise or LFO can give it that bit of extra depth. Another thing simplicity can be helpful with is creating a character's theme song. A character's theme can be a crucial part of their development. It's the essence of them as a person, and whenever their theme plays, the idea is that you would recognise it belongs to them right away.
Off the top of your head, could you sing any music from Star Wars?
Bum, bum, ba-da-ba-bum.
YouTuber Every Frame a Painting did an incredible video on how this applies to crafting themes for franchises. Keeping a character's theme catchy and easy to remember is a crucial part of crafting a theme song, and simplicity can help achieve this. Let's say you made a theme song that sounded something like this. Chances are, your audience isn't going to easily remember or connect with the theme because it's a bit too busy. But if you were to strip it back so it sounded like this, it might have more of a significant impact on your listeners. It's not difficult to remember and focuses more on quality over quantity. I always used to put all my effort into some insane melody, but as I made more music, I began to realise it's better to develop the character of a simple tune. For example, taking this theme from before, adding reverb, delay, and changing the wave shape a bit. How much better does that sound? And a simple composition is easier to build on when drama and intensity is required. But can remain subtle enough for somber, sadder situations. There are some incredible composers out there who have managed to craft wonderful and immersive soundtracks, partly due to their utilisation of simplicity. Hyperlight Drifter and Fez composer Disaster Piece doesn't focus on a large number of sounds to convey an idea, instead delving deep into developing only a few. He is able to create immensely memorable themes and motifs due to the character of his sound rather than its complexity. Have a listen to this piece, Midnight Wood. You can hear that as an ambient location piece, there's a maximum 4 or 5 different sounds working together. A soundscape with a metallic quality, coupled with a low, distorted pad and the high legato melodic synth, as well as the delayed arpeggio, work harmoniously to convey mystery and darkness. I don't know about you, but I think each feature builds upon the others to make this song 100% mesmerizing and mysterious. That's definitely simplicity used well. In C418's Minecraft soundtrack, the simplicity of his songs evokes ambience and tranquility. This allows the music to have a curious, distant atmosphere that encourages exploration and creativity in the listener, which is appropriate due to the nature of the game, where building and exploring enables progress. Here's an iconic piece from his soundtrack called Wet Hands. You can hear that throughout the entire piece, only a reverbed piano plays a lovely, relaxing tune with a harmony and melody. So in terms of instrumentation and texture, there's certainly a strong use of simplicity here. Keeping it simple can be an incredibly useful asset in the scene of music composition. And to be clear, my intention here isn't to undermine the usefulness of complexity in any way. In the end, both simplicity and complexity are incredibly useful techniques that should not be taken for granted. I just found that when I first started composing music, I would often think that the more busy and complex a melody or harmony was, the better and more unique it would sound. And I think it's beneficial to know, especially if you're starting out with composing music, that sometimes keeping it simple is 100% the way to go. I hope you learned something from this video, or at least found it entertaining. Those are my ultimate goals here with YouTube, as well as to share with you my own experiences as a novice composer who's still learning the ropes herself. Thanks for watching and happy composing!